Recent scenes in Coronation Street have seen Summer Spellman come under intense police suspicion, and George Shuttleworth could now have provided the crucial evidence needed to formally accuse her of Theo Silverton's murder. Fans will remember that Theo lost his life last month during the soap's dramatic flash-forward murder storyline. In the lead-up to his death, Theo had made plenty of enemies, particularly after the abuse he inflicted on husband Todd Grimshaw came to light. As a result, there is no shortage of possible culprits, leaving detectives struggling to uncover the real killer. Summer emerged as the main suspect earlier this week after Kit Green noticed her appearing in the background of one of Lisa Connor-Swain's wedding photographs. In the image, she appeared to be wearing the same brooch discovered in Theo's apartment. The situation became even more damaging when George uncovered Summer's diary, which contained detailed entries expressing her deep resentment toward Theo. During tonight's episode, fresh evidence shifted suspicion back onto Christina Boyd, Amy Robin, after information surfaced that conflicted with her earlier account of events. Lisa immediately confronted Christina about the inconsistency, though Christina reassured George that there was no real cause for concern. Despite that, Christina quickly urged George to be honest with the police about Summer and what he had witnessed on the night Theo died. Earlier in the week, a flashback scene showed George spotting Summer leaving Theo's flat on the evening of the murder. However, Summer had previously claimed to investigators that she never saw Theo that night. George struggled over whether he should reveal what he knew about Summer, but Christina's reminder that he himself appeared to be a suspect clearly unsettled him. Later, when Lisa encountered him outside the Rovers, she sensed he was behaving nervously and questioned whether he was hiding something. Torn by guilt, George eventually admitted he had information to share, though he insisted he didn't want Summer to suffer because of it. Could George now be about to deliver the decisive blow against Summer? Coronation Street viewers saw Jodie Ramsey Olivia Frances Brown return to her manipulative ways in tonight's episode after a difficult few days, with Daniel Osborne Rob Mallard becoming the latest target of her sinister behavior. After successfully convincing Daniel to tell his family that he had returned from his so-called trip, Jodie's plans hit a snag when he later asked her to move out so he and Bertie could rebuild their normal routine. In the days that followed, Daniel became the victim of cruel online trolling from anonymous accounts, which began taking a serious toll on his mental state. At first, Daniel suspected that his former girlfriend and abuser Megan Walsh, Beth Nixon, was behind the hateful messages after discovering she had been released on bail. However, during tonight's episode, he admitted to Jodie that he doubted Megan would want to draw attention to herself again. Daniel also explained that many of the comments felt far too personal, leading him to believe the culprit might be someone much closer to him. Jodie quickly shifted suspicion elsewhere by suggesting that David Platt Jack P. Shepard had been watching them closely. When Jodie briefly left the table, Daniel noticed David and Nick Tilsley, Ben price-laughing while looking at something on David's phone at the exact moment another abusive post appeared online. After realizing the post mentioned both him and Max Turner, Daniel instantly jumped to the conclusion that David was responsible. He immediately confronted him, only for David to prove he had nothing to do with it, leaving Daniel humiliated by the accusation. Later on, Daniel confided in Jodie about how deeply the online attacks were affecting him, and she encouraged him to stop obsessing over discovering who was behind the fake account for the sake of his own mental health. Jodie then took advantage of the situation by offering to pause her search for a new flat so she could remain there and support Daniel with Bertie while he dealt with the pressure. Once Daniel accepted the offer, it became obvious that Jodie had successfully regained control of the situation, and viewers soon discovered this had been her intention from the beginning, as she was secretly the person responsible for posting the abusive messages online. The question now is whether Jodie can continue hiding her deception from Daniel, or if the truth is destined to come crashing out into the open. Coronation Street is set to deliver another dramatic round of flashback scenes next week as the mystery surrounding Theo Silverton's death takes an unexpected new turn. Attention will shift toward a hidden witness who may hold vital details about the events that unfolded on the night Theo died. The major episode is scheduled to air on Friday, May 29th, though producers are remaining secretive about many aspects of the storyline for now. An official teaser explains, emotions are running high as one witness deliberately misleads the police about where they were on the night of the murder. A shocking secret eventually comes to light through a collection of flashbacks, revealing exactly what this individual witnessed and did, along with the tangled mix of fear and guilt that pushed them to hide the truth. At present, viewers still do not know the identity of the mystery witness, what they observed on the night Theo was killed, or why they have chosen to stay silent about information that could change the direction of the investigation. As DS Connor-Swain continues digging deeper into the case, the question remains whether she will uncover the hidden truth herself, or whether only the audience will be allowed to see what really happened. So far, the ongoing murder storyline has mainly centered around Todd Grimshaw, George Shuttleworth, Gary Windus, and Summer Spellman as the leading suspects. Tonight's episode also saw Christina Boyd exposed for lying about her whereabouts on the evening Theo died, while Theo's former wife Danielle has now emerged as another possible suspect. The murder mystery is expected to continue for several more weeks, with the soap's producers confirming that the killer's identity will not be disclosed until early summer. Producer Kate Brooks recently revealed, the audience will finally discover who's responsible around late June or early July. There are plenty of characters who will genuinely seem capable of committing the crime. The storyline is huge, packed with twists and unexpected developments. You'll believe the plot is heading in one direction, only for it to suddenly branch off into completely different territory. It's definitely going to keep viewers guessing. Coronation Street is reportedly preparing to say goodbye to another major villain, with dramatic scenes said to be planned for Megan Walsh's departure from the soap. Megan Walsh, portrayed by Beth Nixon, has been heavily involved in one of the show's biggest recent storylines after being accused of grooming Will Driscoll, Lucas Hodgson Whale. The character was arrested after Will courageously gave a police statement detailing the abuse he had suffered, and during Tuesday's episode of Corrie, May 19th, viewers learned that Megan had since been released on bail. According to reports from The Sun, Nixon is expected to leave the ITV drama later this year through a high-stakes exit storyline, although ITV has not officially confirmed her departure at this stage. This storyline contains spoilers for Wednesday, May 20th episode of Corrie, which has not yet aired on television, but is already available to stream on YouTube and ITVX.